Hello my friends, Asoka the Geek here, and for this review, we're going to take a look at the new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Hush figure, or Hush Batman figure. Either way you want to slice it. But here he is. He's already out of the packaging, but there is the box here in the background. There is the box art. He comes with a extra set of fists with a kryptonite ring on one of them. That's cool. And then 2 batarangs. He also comes with a trading card, which you can see there. Basically just the box art, the beautiful Jim Lee art there. And yeah, there he is. So this figure is basically a repaint of the original blue and gray Hush figure that has seen release, I think was it last year or earlier this year? I can't keep track, but this is basically a black and gray repaint of that figure. But there also is another black and gray version of this figure that came included with Hush in a 2-pack. So I will compare this Batman to those 2 figures as well. But while he is out of the box, let's take a closer look at this particular figure. So there he is, and this is just a very classic black and gray Batman in the style of Mr. Jim Lee. And I think they did a pretty good job of capturing that the likeness of a Jim Lee Batman. You know, again, this is just pretty much a straight up repaint of the one that's already been released, so you more or less have seen this figure before. It's just the black and gray version. But as far as that goes, I dig this figure quite a bit. I love the ears that you can see through the mask there for some reason. I don't know. It just really gives it an extra dimension for me, but really like that. Like the face sculpt. I like his expression. There we go. That's giving me a better view there. And yeah, I just really like the suit. The suit is really nicely done. There's the back there. Cape. We have a plastic cape, which I prefer. And I love the style of this plastic cape. I also like that the head is attached to the neck. I know a lot of people don't like that. I personally love it. It just looks great when you're posing him to have it all in one piece like that. I wish the 89 Batman that McFarlane did had a head like this, but I really dig it on this Hush Batman. So yeah, you can really make some fun poses with this figure, and it just looks fantastic. I think my only quibble with this figure really is that he's a bit too big when you have him next to other characters from the DC universe that McFarlane has made, and I'll show you that in a comparison video in a little bit, but I think that would be my only quibble. Other than that, this is just a beautiful black and gray Batman figure. Again, a Jim Lee Batman figure. But without further ado, let's go ahead and see how he looks next to the other Hush Batman figures. Alright my friends, so here is the new Hush Batman in the middle, next to the original blue and gray over here on the left, and the black and gray Hush Batman that was included in the Batman Hush 2-pack, again, I think from last year, so you can see the differences there. So obviously the differences between these two is fairly obvious. This one's blue and gray, this one's black and gray. Other than that, pretty much the same figure, except for, well, even, you know, the hands, it just has different hands currently in place, but whatever. Over to the right, though, this is where it gets a little interesting. So these two, even though they're basically based on the same figure, there's some key differences here. So the one on the left, the new version, not only does it have a new head sculpt, or not a new head sculpt, it has a repaint of the original head sculpt. Also, the yellow is different on the belt, as you can see. It's a brighter yellow. And then you can't really see it with my lighting here, but the one on the left, the new one, has a lighter gray costume scheme. So it is just a lighter gray than this one over here on the right. But if you already have the one on the right, you know, do you really need to get this new version, since they are both basically, you know, black and gray, you know, Jim Lee Hush figures? It's really up to you. I definitely prefer this new version that just fell over in the middle, just because I like the head sculpt a lot better on this new version. I mean, again, it's the same sculpt as the blue and gray, but I just like that one a lot better than the one on the right, the grimacing one. And I like the little lighter gray suit, and I like the belt better as well. So for me, it's worth the double dip. I really like this figure. But there you go. That's how he looks next to these existing Batman Hush figures. But let's see how he stacks up next to a few other Batman figures from McFarlane Toys. Alright, for our next comparison, we have the Nightfall Batman over here on the left, and the Spawn Batman 2-pack Batman here on the right. The one on the left here, the Nightfall Batman, obviously totally different body. And as you can see, the Hush Batman is a lot bigger than Nightfall Batman. He's taller, bulkier, just, yeah, way bigger. This is almost like, looking at it from this vantage point, this would make a really great Dick Grayson as Batman, if you know what I mean. But yeah, there you go. Then the one on the left, the one on the right, is from the Batman and Spawn 2-pack. And this is using the same body as the new Hush Batman, so they look very consistent. Obviously, the head sculpt is a lot different. And man, I really dig this Batman, the one on the very right. This is a very Grant Morrison 90s Batman with, you know, the oval, dark gray, black suit. This is my favorite version of Batman. I love Batman in a black suit. That's just me. I love the gray and the black, of course, the blue and the gray, but give me an all black Batman suit any of the day of the week. So yeah, that's my favorite version of the character. But yeah, there you go. So these two look great together. This guy, not so much. They don't really scale well together at all. All right, let's see how Batman looks next to a few McFarlane Superman figures. All right, so here's a comparison with the Batman next to the Hush Superman and the Action Comics 1000 Superman. Now, this is the new version that was released with Atomic Skull over here to the left. So lighter colors, non-metallic as. Really love this figure. I love the colors they used on this figure. But as you can see, he does not scale well at all with this new Batman figure. He probably scales a lot better with the Nightfall Batman, if I'm being honest here. Not honest, but you know what I mean. If I'm being observant, let's just put him. Yeah, like just putting them next to each other, right there. You can see these two scale a lot better than the Hush Batman. Now, the Hush Batman doesn't even scale that well next to the Hush Superman. They scale okay. They're not bad. But I think the Batman is just a little bit too tall. His legs are a little bit too long, honestly. I think I'm fine with him being a little bit bigger than Superman. Like Ben Affleck was bigger than Henry Cavill in BVS, and that worked for me. So I'm fine with those type of proportions. But man, this Batman just seems a lot bigger than this Superman. But again, that's my own personal opinion on it. But there you go. There you have it. But yeah, so that's about it. So there is a look at the new Hush Batman figure. I'm glad I picked him up. I picked him up directly from the McFarlane Toys online store, but this is not an exclusive. This is not like a gold label, platinum edition chase or anything like that. So you should be able to find him wherever McFarlane Toys are sold. I really dig him. He's definitely going up on the shelf. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, will you be picking up this new McFarlane Hush Batman figure? Thank you for watching. I'll be posting a lot more content on my Instagram channel, so please follow me, Asoka the Geek, on Instagram. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing. And that's about it. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great day.